Now on Nightside, a bittersweet goodbye to our friend Aaron Luna. A look back at his 11 years at 4 News Now.
A weather alert day for extreme heat in the first alert forecast. But first, I'll tell you about a warm, summery weekend.
The name of the man police say is responsible for the deadly crash that killed 2 people today and the charges he's facing. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. Start with breaking news tonight. A fatal crash closed Trent Avenue for hours this afternoon. Tonight, it's back open. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. 2 people were killed. A man is in the Spokane County Jail now charged with those deaths. And our Rania Kaur is in studio tonight with updates from investigators. Rania?
Kelly Dawkins was booked into the Spokane County Jail tonight. He's charged with 2 counts of vehicular homicide. He was detained earlier on suspicion of DUI. That charge may be pending testing. 2 dead and a man in jail tonight. The crash closed Trent Avenue for hours around 3 o'clock Friday. The mangled car is sitting in the middle of the road.
It's all about the investigation and however long it takes.
Police say Kelly Dawkins was possibly drunk when he tried to merge onto Trent.
The people who are deceased were driving westbound on Trent, and they were struck by a vehicle trying to pull out into Trent.
A truck swerved to avoid the crash. You can see it here next to the fire engine.
That impact plus the effort to move away from the impact caused a 3rd vehicle to be involved, and that was a utility truck.
Police booked Dawkins into the Spokane jail tonight on 2 counts of vehicular homicide. More charges could be pending. Spokane police have not identified the victims, and we don't know how the driver of the utility truck is doing. As we learn more, we'll bring it to you here on KXLY and on our website, kxly.com. Aaron, Kirsten?
Rania, thank you. Well, if we're looking at our forecast, there's a couple of days you want to keep in mind.
That's right. There's a weather alert day on the 7th day. We go to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker now for a look at the excessive heat watch.
That's right. And usually we don't skip over the weekend forecast. I will get back to that, but I do want to be the first to alert you about this excessive heat watch Monday through Thursday of next week. And we do have a weather alert day for Tuesday. That is where this warming trend is going to peak. And it's looking more and more likely like we may have our first triple-digit day of the season, and certainly the hottest weather we have had so far this summer. Now, right now, a beautiful evening. You'll notice some clouds coming down from Canada. Those are going to be drifting through tomorrow morning, but nothing coming out of those clouds. Here's a look at your Saturday planner. Partly cloudy skies for the first part of the day. That will not last long. We'll be into the sunshine, and temperatures a little warmer than today, up into the upper 80s, which is just a hair above average. We're going to see this temperature jump more than 10 degrees in the 7-day outlook. I'll have that coming up in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. The woman arrested for setting multiple fires in the West Hills neighborhood told police she started 8 separate wildfires that day. That suspect is on your screen now, Vicki Smith. Court documents show that she told police that in addition to starting the West Hills fires, she also started multiple fires in Dishman Hills. 3 separate fires were intentionally started, forcing hundreds of families from their homes. Vicki Smith told police she started those fires because she was upset with housing of the homeless here in Spokane, calling it unfair.
She later said that God told her to start these fires and then leave the area. Families like Cindy Maraglia were evacuated, and she says she was unsure if she'd have a home to return to. When she did make it home, an arson investigator told her to be aware of a potential arsonist making their way through the neighborhood. And when she was in the backyard, that's exactly who she found.
Told me to be on the lookout for someone who might be coming down through the golf course into this neighborhood. And I have a gate to the 17th green. My husband and I walked up here and heard some rustling in the bushes. So we look over the fence, and the woman is right there, crouched in the bushes.
The woman, later identified by police as Vicki Smith, told them she was smoking marijuana. Cindy immediately called 911 and walked Smith around the neighborhood waiting for the arson investigator. And while they were waiting, Cindy says that she snapped this photo of Smith just in case. Smith was eventually arrested in King County and will be brought back to Spokane. Camille Park Beach and boat launch will reopen tomorrow, August 12th. The community forest and hiking trails are still going to be closed for the next month or so. The Parkway fire burned over 80 acres in the area, and the Department of Land says if you do go on a hike in the trails again, you should watch out that the fire has weakened rocks in the area, and you may come across small holes filled with hot ash.
Well, last night we told you about the Spokane Valley family stranded and separated from each other in Maui as the fires grew around them. Here they are back together now. The last member of the family was able to get on an evacuation bus yesterday and reunite with the rest of the family at the airport. You can read about how their getaway turned into a nightmare. Just find this story on KXLY.com.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of an 82-year-old man who was found floating in the water. Deputies responded to Higgins Points yesterday afternoon for a call about a sailboat that had washed ashore there. And when they arrived, they found the body of John Ryan face down in the water. Deputies say it appears he was the only person who had been on board that boat.
Well, if you missed the Keller ferry because it was out of service today for a mechanical issue, WashDOT says it should be fixed, tested, and returned to service this evening.
Well, time for a look at First Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Washington State is still searching for a new home for athletics. Now, no decisions were made at the special WSU Board of Regents meeting this morning. The board met behind closed doors for nearly an hour. Now, it was unclear what was discussed, but this special meeting was the same format that the other Pac-12 schools held regarding athletics. Now, earlier this week, Washington State Athletic Director Pat Chun criticized the Pac-12 for its poor leadership that led to the conference fallout. Now, in the last week, Washington, Oregon, Arizona State, and Utah all announced they were leaving the Pac-12 to join the Big Ten or Big 12. And coming up later in sports, why today's decision by the ACC involving Stanford and Cal could impact where Washington State ends up. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. The mayor vetoes an ordinance that would remove certain monuments some people deemed offensive. Some residents are criticizing the veto, calling it out of touch.
Plus, a micro-dosing mom shares why she believes psychedelic mushrooms make her a better parent.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mr. Electric.
When occasional heartburn won't let you sleep, get fast relief with new Tums Plus Heartburn Plus Sleep Support. Love food back and fall asleep faster.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
No, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Need to refresh a room in your home? Yep, all of them. Well, during the extended anniversary sale at Furniture Row, every sofa, dining table, and bed is on sale. Wait, all of them? Follow me. Shop and save on the largest selection of sofas, dining tables, and beds at the lowest prices guaranteed. Save $200 on Doctor's Choice mattresses, any size, any model, with 5 years, no interest. I think we're gonna need a bigger truck. The anniversary sale on now at Furniture Row.
Excuse me, is this flooring waterproof?
I don't know. I normally work in toilets. Do you need a toilet? Because toilets are waterproof.
For waterproof floors and help from real flooring experts, visit Skelton's Carpet One. Right now at Skelton's Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Skelton's Carpet One, here to floor you.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. City Council passed an ordinance that would create a process to review the removal of certain landmarks some communities say are offensive. Mayor Nadine Woodward vetoed it.
The ordinance came about after concerns over the John R. Monahan statue downtown. Monahan was a U.S. sailor from Spokane and was sent to destroy Samoan villages and kill the natives there. Racist language is written on his statue. The ordinance would have made the Human Rights Commission responsible for reviewing requests to remove statues like Monahan's. Mayor Woodward believes the Historic Land Commission should be in charge. A city council member who sponsored the ordinance says they already spoke to the Historic Lands Commission and they felt this was out of their scope.
Had the mayor's office, the administration, talk to the Historic Preservation Office before vetoing it, because they would have gotten that answer that we had already had that discussion and they didn't feel comfortable taking on that, the job of looking at these properties.
A Samoan woman from Spokane says the veto felt out of touch. City Council has until August 24th to override the veto, and without a Liberal supermajority, it is likely the ordinance is done.
This was the 7th day in a row we've had below average temperatures in Spokane, but we were awfully close to average. 84 the high, 86 is our average high. That will be our last day of below average temperatures for quite some time. Tonight, clear skies, 57 for an overnight low. Tomorrow, we're up to 88. Partly cloudy skies in the morning, mostly sunny skies the rest of the day. Southwest winds at 5 to 10. Here's a look at our weather pattern. We are of a northwesterly flow to start the day that's going to allow those clouds through, but high pressure is going to be taking over by Sunday and really grabbing hold Monday through the end of next week. Expect a prolonged period of dry conditions, sunny skies, and escalating temperatures. Tonight, temperatures will be down in the 40s, 50s, and 60s around the region. We have some warm nights ahead. High temperatures tomorrow in the 80s in most locations. A few 90s on the map. We're going to see a lot more 90s on the map as we get into the weekend. Here's a look at your planning forecast. We've got 92 on Sunday with sunshine, 97 Monday, our weather alert day, 99 degrees. That is the current temperature that we're forecasting. We may have to bump that up a degree or two, and then we stay in the 90s through the end of next week. Fresh computer model. I'll show you what the latest thinking is on our odds of hitting 100 degrees in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
All right, thank you, Chris. There is a consumer alert for anyone who uses dry shampoo. So if you have purchased certain Batiste dry shampoos since May 30th, you are entitled to a refund under the conditions of the $2.5 million settlement. That's because the products contain too much benzene, which is classified as a carcinogenic. And if you have a receipt, you'll get back the full purchase price by filing a claim. If you don't, then you can get $2 per product. Claims must be received by November 15th.
Plus, Target is recalling 2 million candles for jars breaking while they're burning. It includes multiple scents of the Threshold glass jar candles. To check if yours is in this recall, check the item number. It's on the bottom of the jar, and see the specific list of candles affected on the Target website. They can be returned for a refund.
Some moms are using small amounts of psychedelic mushrooms to help with anxiety, depression, even wellness. It's called microdosing. ABC's Ava Pilgrim spoke with one mom who's made it part of her routine.
Magic mushrooms. This is it. It's not shooting glitter.
This morning, one Colorado mom is sharing her experience microdosing with magic mushrooms, also known as shrooms.
I get really frustrated when people say to me, oh, well, like mushrooms are, the mommy's new little helper. That is not what microdosing is. Microdosing is mommy is present and aware and showing up, maybe for the first time ever.
Normally not the type to dabble in recreational drugs, it wasn't until a friend invited Tracy T to a mommy camping trip where she tried her first mushroom at 44 years old.
It was like the most beautiful, confirming, joyful experience I'd really ever had.
Do you feel anything like?
I guess relief might be one word that everyone could universally understand. Your mood might change to a place where you feel more stable and more in a place of stasis.
There are some very small studies that suggest that there may be some improvement in mood. There may be, from a psychiatric standpoint, some benefits to microdosing and psychedelics, but it really needs to continue to be further studied.
For some, psychedelics may trigger severe psychiatric episodes. Other risks include increased heart rate and blood pressure, nausea, vomiting, and anxiety. While microdosing is illegal in most of the country, Colorado and Oregon are currently the only states that have fully decriminalized the use of magic mushrooms, while 4 other states have decriminalized the drug at the local level. Tracy now runs a private community-based platform, Moms on Mushrooms, to destigmatize and promote the safe use of psychedelics.
There is a lot of fear, and there should be a lot of fear. And what I've really come to realize is that it's the intention and the why, and understanding why you do it.
What's the reaction been when people find out what you do for a living and
that
your
I'm a mom on
journey?
mushrooms?
Yeah, that you're a mom on mushrooms.
Yeah. I would say it's been 98% positive, and I am constantly surprised. I actually think, as generally speaking, as a society, we're ready for a change.
Dunkin' Donuts is launching a line of boozy iced teas and coffee. It's called Dunkin' Spiked. No date on when it will be available. According to USA Today, the coffee flavors include original, caramel, mocha, and vanilla. They will have 6% alcohol by volume, while the tea flavors include slightly sweet, half and half, strawberry dragon fruit, and mango pineapple. They will have 5% alcohol by volume.
Well, from Dunkin' to Starbucks, soon you'll be able to get 2 of your favorite things, Target and Starbucks, in one stop. I already do that. Oh, and you don't have to leave your car.
Oh,
okay.
That's what it is.
That's
but if you're at
what it
Target,
is.
why would you not leave your car?
Well, Target pickup is really popular with moms.
That's true.
It's a
That's
big
true.
thing. Anyhow, I guess you can also get your Starbucks now in the pickup order. Target says the drive-up service includes Starbucks orders available at all locations in October. Here's another game changer from Target. The retailer says you can now make returns from your car. I did know that. That is helpful.
That sounds helpful.
You do have to start the return in your Target app from order details and select drive-up return. So there's a little bit of a process behind it, but it's pretty easy. Still ahead, a bittersweet goodbye to our very own Aaron Luna. A look back at his 11 years at 4 News Now, next on Nightside.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water wise this summer.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com denominated. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
At Findlay, downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years, including an entire city block full of used recent trade-ins, lease returns, and special purchases. Plus, all vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. And if you're looking for a new truck, SUV, or Camry, Toyota's got new inventory rolling in with great financing options. So make it a summer to remember and stop by Findlay, downtown Toyota today.
One bite of Arby's Hush Puppy breaded fish strips, and you're transported to a classic Southern fish fry. One bite of those fries, and ooh, you're back at Arby's. Arby's, we have the meat.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Today through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Summer storms, sudden, intense, dangerous. 4 News Now First Alert Weather warns you in advance.
Up to quarter-size hail.
Keeping you informed until the threat is past and your family is safe. On the air, on the app, only on 4 News Now.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
4 News Now is brought to you by Jacobs Custom Living.
Here's a look at your temperature trend over the next 7 days. The black line is our average high, which right now is at 86. By this time next week, it will be at 84, but we're going to be well up into the 90s. 88 Saturday, but then it's 90s through the rest of the 7-day forecast, including we're going with 99 on Tuesday, but the latest computer model runs have upped the odds of hitting that 100-degree day. Here is the chance of a 100-degree or higher day. 0% on Sunday, up to 5 on Monday, but now up to 63% chance of 100 degrees or higher on Tuesday. The high end of the range at 102, and then we're back down where it's not really a consideration through the rest of the week. We'll be watching that very closely. Haven't had our 100-degree day yet this season. 3 days at 97. We average one 100-degree day a season. Pick of the night tonight from our friend Don Swanstrom in Sandpoint. Gorgeous shot looking out over Lake Pend Oreille. This was dawn, and it's the rewards of getting up early on the lake. You get these beautiful scenes. Thank you, Don, for sharing this with us tonight. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Tomorrow you can experience cultures around the world right in Riverfront Park.
Unity in the Community is the region's biggest multicultural event. It's open to people of all ages and invites you to learn and experience different customs. This is a free event, and it will consist of informational booths, vendors, and performances from all around the world. It kicks off tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning in Riverfront Park, right in front of the clock tower, and it will last until 4 p.m.
It's like a warm hug. You come in, you experience something that is so personal to your neighbors, something about their traditions and what makes them unique and special.
Northwest Unity is also partnering with STCU to give out free back-to-school supplies.
Coming up in sports, how the Washington State football players are handling the uncertainty surrounding the conference. That's next on Nightside.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ace Hardware.
Let's have some fun. Let's get it on. Name something you see a woman eating that turns you on. Spaghetti. Spaghetti. If Steve Harvey wasn't married, what female celebrity would you match him up with?
Beyonce.
What?
Oh, the kids? At your parents'. I ate an hour ago because you completely forgot about the extended anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Or check out the Summit Easy on the Wallet for only $299.99. Purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. And score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for only $69.99. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended anniversary sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
New emergency crystals pop and fizz when you throw them back. And who doesn't love a good throwback? New emergency crystals. Throw it back.
Build your deck with Par and get everyday low prices on Trex and TimberTech composite decking. But shop now and you'll get $100 off TimberTech, Trex, and AZEK railing and accessories with qualifying purchase. Visit par.com for details.
What are you going to build?
The Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, and you can start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
Well, it looks like the 4 remaining Pac-12 schools could be sticking together. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. College football insiders are reporting Stanford and Cal were both 1 vote shy of joining the ACC. This leaves the door open for the Pac-4 to join another conference. The Mountain West Conference has been named as a possible landing spot for Washington State, but Oregon State President Jayati Murthy said she is in favor of rebuilding the Pac-12 conference. It's been reported the Mountain West was waiting on the ACC's decision on Stanford and Cal before making its next move. The Washington State football team has been dealing with all the distractions when it comes to conference realignment during fall camp. And with the amount of reports and information on social media, it's become hard to ignore. The Cougars are leaning on their veteran players during this time of uncertainty, like senior wide receiver Lincoln Victor.
Knowing that it's bigger than us, there's a lot of things that are out of our control, and knowing that we have to focus on what's the hot topic now, and that's getting better every single day, coming into the facility with whatever your intention is. Like today, for example, I wanted to get a first down. If I could get a first down for the offense, we'll have another set of racks to be able to go and put the ball in the end zone and make positive reinforcement for our offense.
The Cougars have their first scrimmage of the fall tomorrow. Now, the Seattle Mariners are still in the mix for the playoffs. Seattle entered today just 1.5 games behind the Toronto Blue Jays for that final wild card spot in the American League. The Mariners taking on the first place Baltimore Orioles, looking to make ground in the standings. First inning, Julio Rodriguez looking to give Seattle an early lead, but Cedric Mullins robs Rodriguez of a home run. Rodriguez can't help but tip his cap and smile to that one. Game recognized game right there. Same inning, Cal Raleigh at the plate for the Mariners, and Raleigh says, good luck catching that one. Mariners take the 2-0 lead off the Raleigh home run. Now, fourth inning we go. Rodriguez back at the plate this time, and here he makes up for that robbed home run, muscles that one over the right field wall as Seattle extends the lead to 7-1. And if that wasn't enough, well, here's Ty France doing work. France hits one over the wall into Edgar's corner right there. Rodriguez will greet France outside the dugout with the home run trident, only the way the Mariners know how to do. Mariners beat the first place Orioles 9-2. Seattle is now half a game behind the Blue Jays for that final wild card playoff spot. And this was pretty cool. The Washington Little League baseball team is heading to the Little League World Series. The boys from Seattle beat Alaska 12-1 and will represent the Northwest region in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Washington hasn't lost a game yet. They're pretty good, and they'll take on Maine in the first matchup of the World Series on Thursday. And that'll wrap us up for sports.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years, including an entire city block full of used recent trade-ins, lease returns, and special purchases. Plus, all vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. And if you're looking for a new truck, SUV, or Camry, Toyota's got new inventory rolling in with great financing options. So make it a summer to remember and stop by Findlay Downtown Toyota today.
Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Today through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2023 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. See the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Summer is far from over. We're heading up into the 90s. The hottest of the season so far is ahead next week. 99 on Tuesday. Might have to bump that up to the triple digits. I'm going to be watching Matt this weekend, see what the latest is. And of course, we're working hard on that forecast for you.
And I'll be watching Chris from my couch for a change, not watching her from the desk.
That's right. It's our last time, the four of us together. You're off.
Gone.
Yeah.
From the news desk. I'll still be in Spokane because I love the Spokane area. But yeah, the cat's out of the bag. I'm leaving, doing something different, working in real estate investment, so that'll be exciting. Ooh. But it's always retrospective. You look back on the things you've done over the last 15 years, and you hope that you've improved. I think I can safely say, while my hair has slowly disappeared, I've slowly gotten better at my job. So I put together this little clip, and it'll start in Grand Junction, Colorado, where my first TV job was. Then it'll go to Spokane, then a little bit of Seattle, and then yeah. So take a peek.
Here and into full swing. Peach growers say their season is not quite over. I want you to take a look at something. If you look down here, you can see this is the water in the pond here at the dog park. Democratic presidential candidate Barack Obama will be making a campaign stop here in Grand Junction. But here's where the confusion comes in. If they add spices to it, it's considered processed, and they don't have to label it. This thing will go from 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds.
If you come to the courthouse to protest your assessment, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need your protest form. Market value information for your house from January 07 to June of 2008, and any pictures or information that may be helpful during the protest.
It was
a good way to know if a crack can be repaired is to take $1. If the dollar fits completely over the crack, you can probably fix it. If not, you're going to need a new windshield.
One of those places that that's hot.
There's a brass rail. It was really hot.
That is so awesome.
That is not cool.
That's going in the errand folder.
I'm not touching that for the next one. And we could see the smoke first, and then we started to see a little bit of fire under the brush, and then all of a sudden it took off. Here comes the fire boss right now. That is the second drop he's made on this area. The flames spread really quickly per hour. Tomorrow, a jump up to 80, but that's below average. Partly cloudy skies, especially in the afternoon. We'll see a few more clouds, and in the morning, southwest winds 5 to 15. It's going to be another gusty day tomorrow. Today was just a groundbreaking ceremony for Palouse Wind. When all is said and done, there'll be 58 turbines generating 105 megawatts of electricity. A model wind farm for any community.
That thing wouldn't spin until we put some olive oil from the sour on it, and then it spun like a charm.
The police department has hundreds of stolen bikes.
I don't know what it is about a bike, Nadine. Maybe it's the wind through your helmet or just to feel the open road underneath your tires.
But you should see me chew gum and talk
so when your bike gets stolen, you want to do everything you can to get it back as quickly as possible. The city on how it did on its first Stage 1 snow event of the season is kind of like changing a diaper. Some parts are clean, smooth, easy to handle, while other parts, well, they're just kind of a mess. It's the first snow at the base
this
of
is Seattle area,
which has snowboarders and skiers pretty excited, I would imagine. But for drivers, it's probably a whole different story.
Ooh.
Good throw.
Michael Joel says he hit about 40 homes Halloween night in this neighborhood and another
so
neighborhood
the hairline
just
keeps
up the
receding.
Quite the haul for the 12-year-old. But that one candy bar with the nail in it could have done a lot of damage. He told me this afternoon he's going to check all his candy before he eats it. I'm here at WashDOT's maintenance facility.
Shot all these myself.
This is where they store all the heavy equipment
Obviously,
to keep the path clear.
They do it in the big time in Seattle.
Snowblowers or even
at least I did.
This week, you can expect to see some plows. And that's a group that just gets smaller every year. I spoke with one World War II Navy veteran today who had a simple message for everyone in attendance, and I think it's something we can all agree on.
Well, that's it. That's all. I had so much more stuff that I've saved that some of it's just terrible. Of course, I wasn't going to share any of that
Good for you for saving it, though, Aaron. There's so many people who forget to do that.
Yeah, and then you look back and you're like, oh, my goodness, did I actually do that? Did I say that?
Yeah.
There was one story we did about bikini baristas. You probably remember this, Chris, that we're coming to Spokane, and I was shooting a story. A lot of it was blurred out. But, man, I had some puns in there. It was just, who was watching over me and letting me say those puns in there?
What an amazing TV news career, and what
fun.
an honor to work with you.
It's been the best station that I've worked at because of the people.
Aww.
So, I don't know. New challenges are great. Like I said earlier today, you got to take risks and go for what you want and live life with passion. If you're not taking risks, you're not creating new opportunities. But thank you so much for allowing me into your homes, and I'll see you around town.